Okay, this is creating a two-legged character. This is going to be in 3 parts. It's easier if you have it in 3 parts. I'm hoping that I can get through this without any struggles. So if you hear paper moving around, is I have lots of notes that I need to make sure that we're doing this right. So we're making it from a cube. We're going to be using a cube to extrude. So first thing we want to do is change this into edit mode. Yay! Let's see, and then 7 on the keypad, which is those numbers off to the side. And so this is considered our back. This is our front. So you can see here how Y positive is in the back, and this is Y negative, and that's in the front. So everything's going to be facing Y negative. And we're going to do a loop split. And to do a loop split, you want to go Control R on the keyboard, and you get this little line. And we want to click it, and we want to make sure we are on the y-axis, and probably as centered as possible. Okay. So most of us probably picked the left side, for our for when we started this program, I think, or did we pick the right side? All I know is we most likely picked the opposite side of what my brother had. So we're gonna be doing this differently than what I learned. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're going to select 4 points. We don't want this one. I'm gonna go Control and click on it. So I should get rid of it. No? Let's try Shift. There we go. Shift and click on that point and you'll get rid of it. So what we want to do is we want to right click. Oh no. X. Deleting is X. And we want only edges and faces. For some reason, we did that. I did that wrong. I'm gonna Control Z. We do want these points too. I forgot. Sorry. Okay. So I want to shift and click off that one, but I want to rotate to this side, shift and click that one. Now we can go X and delete only faces and edges. Okay, that's not what I did last time. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry, you guys. Let's see. Let's go faces. Okay. Just do faces. I hope this works, because I'm really hoping this will work. Okay. So now that we've deleted the one side, we want to go to modifier, which is this wrench right here, and we want to add a modifier. We're going to add mirror, and we want to make sure to click on clipping. Clipping is supposed to make it so that the center is connected and it'll move together. The first time I did this, it did not work. So my hope is that it'll work this time. Let's see. Faces. Hold on. I'm going to click A on the keyboard to select everything, and then go to transform, and I want to move this up. We want to move this up a little bit because we want to make sure that our feet are down here at the bottom. Okay? So this is the part that I'm a little nervous about. We want to make sure that this is not just a cube, but more of a rectangle. So I'm going to push this in. This is not where it scares me. This is the red side is where it's going to scare me. Okay. So I know that I did it right because these two are connected. When I did it, this was split down the middle. For some reason, it wasn't clipping it together. So I am going to just push this in a little bit more. I want more of a flat rectangle. So this is the technically chest body area. So now we've scaled it. Okay, so we're going to do another loop cut. Loop cut, again, is Control R. And we want to make sure that we get it this way, like this, horizontally. We don't want it vertically yet. We want it horizontally. But we're going to move it up, I'd say like right there. This is where we're going to get our arm. We're going to extrude our arm this way. So let me quickly talk about something real quick. This is why I'm saying I'm doing it differently than what I was taught by my brother. He had his connected to this side. So if yours is not set up like mine, where I'm pulling everything to the right of the body. So if this is the front, because this is -0, no, right? Or is what I'm facing -0? Okay, hold on. Oh, I know why it looks odd. Yay, I figured it out. This is the back. This is the front. See how they're... So yeah. Sorry, guys. So this is the front. -y should be on in here, essentially. You should see -y in front of you. That is why it looks odd to me. Okay. Continuing forward. So sorry. I want to make sure that I have this the plane selected. I'm going to click that plane, and I'm going to hit E to extrude this out. And this is why we're doing mirroring, because it can pull us out of the both sides at the same time. Oh my goodness, I am struggling right now. Okay. We want to make sure we hit X, because if you hit X, it makes sure that when it pulls out, it stays only on the X axis. And when you get to a length that you're happy with, go ahead and what am I trying to say? Go ahead and click enter on the keyboard. I am going to shrink these just a smidge, only because we want them to fit into a smaller area for the wrist. So I'm going to do that. So now I have like a beveled look kind of to my arm. Okay. We'll come back to the hands later. You know what? No, we'll do hands now. It'll just be easier. Okay, so we're going to go E for the hand. Again, I think we want to make a small wrist. I think we did. I think when my brother did it, he made a small wrist. Or did he go like that? You know what? We're going to make a small wrist. Just makes me feel more comfortable. And then we're going to go E one more time and pull out a hand. We will also push this down a little bit and shrink it just a smidge. Okay, yeah, now I remember. I might push this in just a smidge. That's why we did the small section. The small section, we're going to put a thumb. So on the side, making sure, I'm reminding you, making sure that Y, -y, is closest to you. We're going to go E, and we're going to pull out just a little bit, not too much. And then we're going to go to this, that one right there. I think that's what my brother did. But he also did not... Let's go Y. Okay, so I've hit Y, and now I'm gonna... My brother did it some way where his thumb angled. I don't know. Oh, you know what? He probably, after he extruded it, moved it like that. That's probably what he did. I'm going to... I don't want that side. I want this side. I'm going to shrink this a little bit to kind of make it look more like a thumb. So, and shrink this one. I'm going to shrink this one too. Just a smidge. There we go. So now it looks kind of like a thumb. Did I do this right? Yes, I did. Okay, so now we're going to do the head. So we're going to click on here, on this top plane up here. And to make the head, we have to hit I, and then we want to hit B. And what that's supposed to do... Okay, so you want it to kind of... So the I inserts B as a bevel. I think B is a bevel. My brother was just telling me what to hit. Okay. So the reason why we also hit B is because it pushes it off to the side. I wish you could see my finger because it's because I would try and point to that center line. You can see how it's at the center line. If it wasn't at the center line, let's see if I hit B again. See how it's here? If I don't hit B, it's at the center. A neck does not have two heads, unless that's what you're going for. So when you hit B, it pushes it off to the side. So I'm just gonna I think I like that for a neck size. And then we're going to E to extrude our neck. Okay. And then I'm gonna shorten my neck just a little bit. And then E to extrude our head. For some reason, when my brother did this, oh, you know what? Let me Control Z. I'm gonna Control Z. I think what he did was he beveled. No. If I bevel this, let me try insert bevel. No. Let me try this. I want to select that one. No. Just want to make it bigger. For some reason, I can't seem to make it bigger. My brother made it, unless he made it bigger here. Let's see. I can't remember how my brother made his neck bigger, to be honest. Let me Control Z. Okay. I'm gonna click this. I guess we can do that. Yeah, I honestly, okay, so for some reason, it's like that. Okay. And then E to extrude, and then there's our very square head. I'm going to kind of mold this also just a little bit, pushing it in on the sides and on the front and back to kind of angle it. We can fix this later. When we subdivide, we can slowly tweak it. So right now, we're going to leave it like that. So, okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to make the legs. So we're going to go Control R again for the loop cut, but we don't want it to be horizontal. We want it to be vertical. So once you get it like that, and then you're going to slide it over, and say, like right there. Like you want to make sure that it's not at not the center line. You want it off to the side. You need space for your legs. Your legs are not going to be sticking together. They need space. So, okay. So now that we have that, I'm going to now go under and click. Oh, so that happens sometimes. Edges will get highlighted for some reason. You just have to make sure that you click back on plane. And then we're going to go like this. Click on the leg. And I want to make sure I'm doing this just right. So E to extrude. Pull this down until we're almost touching the ground. The reason why we're doing this is because we're going to make the ankles. And the ankles have to be able to pull out the foot. So I'm going to just kind of squeeze these a little bit to kind of taper, as they call it, your feet. E again to extrude and kind of push that. Let's make sure. Okay. So I can see going across. So if I push this, you can kind of see the line going across. So I want to make sure that's just above it. Okay. So there are my feet. Ankles for my feet. Now I want to click on the front and extrude the foot out. Once I get the foot out, then of course again, just move it to get it kind of tapered. Probably not that thin that way, but definitely front to back, you definitely want to push it down. So there is a why do I keep saying A? There is our block character, but we need to add a couple more loop cuts, okay? We need to add a loop cut for the arm, the leg, and the head. So I'm going to do it the arm first. Control R, again, to loop cut, and just, roughly where you think the elbow will be. Okay? And then we're going to do that for the leg. So again, Control R. and where you think the knee will be. Okay, so there are the loop cuts for the arm and the leg. We have to do one more. We have to do. Okay, my brother also again. Okay, so we have to do one more loop. We have to do two more loop cuts on our leg, or one on our leg and one on our arm. So you want to loop cut and push this closer to the shoulder. That'll help you kind of help push this arm to be a little bit yeah. Which I think we can also mess with that one somehow. Yeah, it's fine. And then we want to do one more right here for the leg. So Control R and making sure we are, and then you want to pull it up about there. This also helps for when it's moving, it needs those extra subdivides to help move it a little bit better. So you need the one at the shoulder and then the one at the crotch. Hee hee, so silly. Giggle, giggle. Okay, so you definitely need a mouse for this part, which I was going to mention at the beginning and I forgot. So we're going to loop cut the body. And we're also going to loop cut the head, but this is why we need a mouse. The mouse has to have one of those scrolling wheels on it. It will not work unless you have that scrolling wheel. So, first step, Control R. We want it to be horizontal. With your scroller on your mouse, you see you can add, I'm scrolling on the mouse, you can add some subdivides. I'm going to add 4. My brother did 3, you can do 3. I like the look of 4 personally. I'm going to go with 4. You go with what feels comfortable for you. Okay, and then I can click on the mouse, and then you can move this up and down. I'm going to try and place it roughly where it was originally, and there are my subdivides there. This is also helpful for when the body is moving for whatever else the body does. And we want to do this for the head. I know my brother did it for the head. Oh, and the neck. He also did it for the neck, I think. So we'll add 1 subdivide in the neck. So Control R. And I'm just going to put it right there in the neck because maybe you need, more in the neck. So I'm going to go Control R for the head. And using my wheel, I'm going to go 3. Okay? And subdivide the head into 3. So this is kind of where you can kind of, push and pull. Like if we want to do, I'm going to do points. So I'm going to click on that if I can get to it. I'm going to click off first. I'm going to click on this point there, and I want to click on this point there. I'm going to push these in just a little bit. That's also going to help round out the face. So this is where, I should have kept those on. Because I could have pushed them also in this way. Oops, right? I think it was that one. So you can just kind of push, pull, for some reason it's not working, but okay. Maybe if I click on that line. So if I go to the line tool. Okay. So this is just where you're going to move stuff around, get it, try to be a little bit more as rounded as possible before we subdivide. So once you get it to where you want it to be, okay, we're going to subdivide this. This is going to be the end of this video. So back in the wrench, the modifier properties, we're going to add a new modifier. This one is going to be subdivide. Subdivide surface, okay? Watch what this does. It rounded it. It made it round. So this is why I said you want to try and get it as close as possible because look how square my head still is. Yes, I can mess with this. You can still mess with this if you want to. I do like how my feet look. My feet look pretty nice. Look at those feet. My hands look pretty decent. My thumb looks a little funny. Head definitely needs some work. I'm not going to work on it anymore because I am lazy. You should not be lazy, okay? You guys need to understand how this works. So this is the end of this video. The next one is going to be boning this character. After we bone the character, then we're going to have another video on adding the kinetics, which helps you pull things and it makes it move. So go ahead and when you're ready, go to adding bones video.